What's up, Foundation? It's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. We back again for part two of the interview with my big partner, man, Thurman, one of the original disciples from Birmingham, Alabama. And here he is to introduce himself again in part two.
Okay, what's up, y'all? I'm Bubba. True name Thurman, OG Thurman. Social Land, Birmingham, Alabama. Big GDN, Big Trap, original trap. You want to call it. I'm here.
Okay, let's talk about when you started getting into the crime and you knew that you were heading to prison. What brought you to prison?
I ain't know I headed to prison, but I headed there. But I was incarcerated for, I had 13 felons actually. I was sentenced for 9. Murder, attempted murder, whatever. And then I warned everybody that shooting a police officer is 10 times worse than killing somebody. So that's what my greatest penalty was. Shot a police officer. Some guys that we was into, which is a lot of them is my brothers now. Thanks to growth and development. Actually growing and developing to a higher mindful state or whatever. But now at this time we was young teenagers, and we was banging and had come down the block and shot up the block. And we decided that we were gonna go to the club later on that night just to pass some time. Went to the club, and those same guys was there at the club. And a few words was passed, and I ended up outside the nightclub. I shot 31 times. That was back in the day before they had the switches, so we had to be doing some help to shoot in. I shot 31 times and ended up with 3 different cases. Like I said just a minute ago, shooting a police officer is actually worse than killing somebody because I was penalized for that more than anything. More than any crime I ever committed. I ended up with a lot of time. At the end of it all, I wound up with 28 years. Did 28 years. First prison was the highest level security prison in the state of Alabama, which was Donaldson. Holman and St. Clair, any prison that you could think of. Let it be or where it don't went down, it don't been in long. For one thing, though, they never allowed me to stay in the prison real long because how I moved throughout the prison. When I first got incarcerated, being at the most dangerous prison and the highest level security prison in the state of Alabama, it was shocking. It was mind blowing the things I seen within my first day. And which one you want to play with this? Yeah, man, I've seen some hell of things, man, that ain't worth seeing. They used to say the officers and stuff. They used to be telling my grandfather, he used to call me visitors like, yeah, your grandson, you don't play. You gonna get on somebody, this and that. And my granddad was like, man, you up in here like this right here, look at this right there. Shit, ain't that on play? I'm scared. I'm scared to the point that my first day I just seen somebody get stabbed all the way through and up to the TV bench over the soap opera. So they'll kill you over the soap opera, but they won't kill you. I'm scared. So, the way I was brought up, when you're scared, you take action. So anything was coming my way, I was attacking it with brute force. So I guess this would kind of like develop my name and popularity in prison. But now, in my essence though, it's a whole lot more to me than that. So of course, as I settled in and got the respect that you need to survive in a prison like that, my mind automatically started switching to what to do in him to make it better. And at that time, the only thing I could think of was to make it better was hear everybody what they want. They wanted drugs, they wanted phones, they wanted things like that. So, I flooded the prison system, and every camp I went to, I flooded. I ain't care if you had $10 worth of stuff 5 miles away, I'm gonna send somebody to get it for you, get it in for you, and now everybody eat. And of course, they curbed the violence, they brought the violence down, they brought so much different, negative activity down in Alabama prison. So the officials, they don't agree with that right there. They have verbally told us that, the reason you able to stab him up and not go to lockup and we put y'all back in y'all same living area because we want y'all to kill each other. They told us this many times. And they was actually showing us that because nobody went getting time for killing, nobody went getting locked up for killing. You just do your little normal year or two and you're back around the same people you just killed. So, for a person to come into prison and curb so much violence and this and that, and you know, and bring forth a sense of not necessarily comfort, because you can never be comfortable in prison, but you know, just pass by, you know, just able to pass your day away without being so oppressed. You know, the military officials didn't like that, so I ended up going to 11 different institutions during my prison bill. Whenever I sit in the prison too long and figure it out and get it in, and everybody eating and doing their thing, send a little money to the streets and snatch me up, send me to another prison. But it ain't bothering me anyway, because I had in my mind that I wasn't never getting out anyway in the beginning. So the only thing that was on my mind was, you know, get my guys together, make sure all these compounds secure. So when you run compound to compound, no matter where you go, you tended to, you secure, you taken care of. So, you know, but when I seen that light at the end of that tunnel, you know, my thoughts and the way I feel about things started changing. You know, but before that right there, it was just all about, you know, getting it in, eating, stacking up that money out there on the streets, you know, making sure the team right.
Now Foundation, I can vouch. He giving it to you in a row. He giving it to you in a row, because I can vouch. I was in prison when he was there, and when it came to this disciple thing, his name was going to be one of the first names that was mentioned. I don't care what prison you went to. I don't care how much time you was doing. When the word GD came up, or disciple, this man right here name was going to be at the top of the list. He kind of went through a lot of what I was going through with the Crips. Crips would do something, they'd lock me up. Disciples would do something, they'd lock him up, just based on his name alone.
All the time. And they even got to the point when they started putting up the so-called leaders in the office for the talkers, see what they can find out. The war might come in and, you know, go on, lock him up. It's a waste of time talking to him. He has something to do with he behind it, but he ain't gonna talk, lock him up, you know. So, and out of my 20 years, I did 15 of those years in lockup, about 20 years, you know, just 2 years here, 2 there, a year and a half then, which didn't bother me at all, though, because, you know, when you're dealing with rank and file and organization, you don't have to necessarily be present to get the ball moving.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Word strong, you respect it, and your subordinates accept your leadership, and you can get the ball going. And, you know, I actually got more done in lockup cell when I'm able to be alone and think, you know, anyway. So, you know, it never bothered me. I lockup, it was just, you know.
So when during the course of the time on the 20 years that you did, you say at first, was it kind of in your mind like, man, you know what, I ain't never going home again?
True, it was. But then now, you know, I'm a tough nigga by nature, you know, so I don't have to put on no facade, cause it is what it is with me. But now, shit, I cried my every day in prison. Hell, I had about 4 months before I was going home. I was still on the phone crying to my mom about getting me up out of here. Shit, so, you know,
It was time to go, huh?
I ain't never one of them guys that was okay with prison. I wasn't okay with prison at all.
Wanted out.
Yeah, true.
But now, one thing I can say, while you was in there though, you held it down.
You know, make the best of my situation. As I come up, you know, the hood I come from, you know, you had to hold it down or you'll get gobbled up. When you had the best of life, the best of things, you know how it go. You know, ain't got that coming up or whatever, but you learn how to adapt and figure out a way to make it on your own, you know.
One thing I noticed when I was in prison, when it came to y'all, when it came to the disciples, y'all held stringently, real tough to order, to y'all structure.
Well, you know, the disciples had it was a saying about the disciples. All the disciples walk around with swelled up arms and swelled up chests, and they're gonna shoot you off the compound. That was the word. They said, everybody said disciples beat on each other, and they shoot you, they don't beat you and run you out the compound. They stab you off the compound. So, you know, we had a nice little counter on the inside, but now, you know, it's kind of hard when you put a lot of young guys in prison at such a young age, you know, teenagers and all that right there, and they ain't really lived yet. And you know, that homosexual thing will gobble up so fast, and then you got the drugs and you know, so what we do, like in the Alabama prison system, when you first come to prison back then anyway, it was a good thing, it was a bad thing. When you first came to prison, somebody was gonna try to snatch you up. The Christians was gonna try to get you to join them, the Muslims was gonna try to get you to join. The Crips, the Bloods, the GDs. Somebody wants you to get you to fall in with them, you know. And it was a good thing to that right there because Alabama prison was very dangerous. And you know, and regardless of how tough you was, you need somebody in your corner, you know. But it's a bad thing as well because there's some bad groups that'll snatch you up for, you know, their own purposes, to get done what they trying to get done. They go for the gangs and some GDs as well. But now, you know, up under my watch though, you know, I always target that because, you know, it's kind of hard to tell a person to stop robbing when you ain't finna tell him how he can get some money. It's hard to tell a person don't steal no food out that grocery store when you can't show him, at least show him where he can go to get something to eat from. So, you know, that always been my thing right there. You're gonna talk to them and tell them they can't do this and they can't do that, then provide a way for them to get these things that they need, you know. And so, you know, the main thing was, for me on my watch was, security was first, you know, make sure that, you know, everybody's life ain't in danger, that everybody's straight. And then, you know, the moral part, don't get lost off into this life right here, you know, because it's easy to do.
One thing, that's like, you said something about the swollen part in the knob, excuse me, coughing. The one thing I can attest to, like I did 23, and like different times, different places you might get into it. And when we used to be in the cell, the Crips talking on whether it was war talk or just strategy talk, and then I was one of the ones who can attest. I used to tell my people, I say, listen, man, if y'all not ready, now it's me talking to my partners, my Crips. If y'all not ready, man, don't go down there looking crazy or talking crazy to the disciples, because one thing I knew, I seen it my whole bid, they gon' sling that Iron Man. They coming with them knives and they coming. So if you playing, you finna get hurt. But them G's gonna pick that knife up and they coming.
But now you know, according to our protocol and procedure, you know, we seek resolution first, though. You know, so you know it's you know, you have different compounds. You have leaders in different compounds. Now I was the leader of those leaders. Yeah, I'm not actually at that compound. So if this person say we finna go, then they gonna go. That don't mean that it's always justified. That don't mean that every leader of each compound gonna deal with it diplomatically first. You know, so it have been incidents where people have got hurt or killed, where it could have been involved. Even some of ours, like my brother Wesley, rest in peace. I gotta mention him because he was a good brother that many love, you know, in all different senses or whatever. But he got outside of protocol and procedure, and you know he had problems with the GDs, and he moved from out the GD block because, you know, prison got so dangerous that, you know, you need to live amongst your own. Not saying that we're not cool or we can't be around each other, respect each other, but that was best beneficial for everybody in the prison. So when this person violates, you ain't got to go find him. You're already in his own unit, the GD unit, and you can deal with him, you know. But now there's other leaders or other gangs, though, that's very respectable and strong-minded brothers. So when things used to happen, all the heads always was able to come together and try to reach some type of resolution. You know, resolution ain't able to be reached, then just have to deal with how to deal with it. But, you know, our brother Westgate, he moved at the block, and in turn, he ended up getting stabbed 52 times, and, you know, lose his life, you know, slaughtered, you know, and that was out of retaliation from some of ours, you know, violated, and they took it out on him, and, you know, and so you just have to kind of like, in prison, you have to stick to what's working.
Right.
Not necessarily what's right or what's wrong, but what's gonna work, you know. So yeah, it's a lot.
One of the things I had noticed going as years went on, GD's were, as far as disciples went, were like hands down the majority. But in yet later years, I started noticing how it seemed like it started in St. Clair, how the BDs started rising up and they started getting their numbers. Was that something that,
No, you know, actually the GDs was the majority men, and GDs always have been the majority. Okay, the where I didn't appear, the GDs was the majority because I was having rules and regulations. It was many that went falling out. our laws and policies. Want to do the hard drugs, want to do their thing with the homes, just want to do different pills and stuff. So by law, they want to be functional though. So you had many GDs that was just around prison that you wouldn't even know GDs because they're not participating. And once you don't participate, it'd be kind of dangerous for you to open your mouth like you on GD time when you really ain't, because you're around guys that's actually on that, and you end up getting hurt behind that. So you had many GDs that really just fall off the map because they weren't able to stay within laws and policies. So it appeared that we was not the majority, or even now we may appear not to be the majority, but we actually are. Versus like other gangs and stuff, and I can't say that it's bad thinking because it can be considered small thinking. Other gangs, whatever, it's basically like whatever you did, cool. But now when it's time for us to mob, we're gonna have some business. You better be him holding his knife or be him doing your part, So when the numbers and the more structure we got and the more we got off to laws and policies, the more our numbers decrease because people guys couldn't even stand up on the laws and policies for the most part.
So before you paroled, is for
I didn't parole.
your EOS. Oh, okay, my bad. For y'all out there who don't know, EOS means end of sentence. That means he did all his time. 28 straight. Okay, when you EOS, were the numbers between the GDs and the BDs the same, or the GDs still outnumbered the BDs?
Still outnumbered. But now, the thing about the BDs though, they don't have many numbers, but the numbers that they got, it's more stronger guys. The numbers, they're not as many as the GDs, but the ones that do claim BD, most of them really some strong guys though. Versus the GDs, we got a lot of strong guys, but we got a lot of guys that's on count, so they can be held down and protected. Which, like I said on the last segment, and nothing wrong with that. I understand that. You just gotta do your part, but that's how I see the difference between the BDs and the GDs.
So let me ask you this: how long have you been out now?
3 years.
So was it hard to get acclimated back to the streets from how it was before you left versus now? What was that like?
I love puzzles, so anything that's an enigma, I can sit down and pretty much figure it out over time. But now, the transition it wasn't easy at all because people from 20, 25, 30 years ago still living out here in society today, they got to go through the changes of life. By me being taken off the streets in like the mid-90s, it was a whole different. People stood on different principles. They basically stood on principles then. So now, getting out now, like hear the language of some of the women, that throw me right there. Had me scared to talk to a lot of women because I don't want to be your bitch in your hole. The way men deal with men. When I left the streets, if you was a rat or a snitch, then I didn't care what you had. We ain't finna fool with you. But if you're a rat and a snitch these days, and you got something, you still my nigga.
True that.
I need something. Our morals was just like morals and principles different back then. You'd rather starve than to be categorized as this type of person. You'd rather not have them. You'd rather be broke than it. And then us real street niggas, we respected you more and we wanted to deal with you more, being broke and holding it down, standing on some real nigga shit versus having somebody and telling on everybody. Right. It's a lot different. I've never seen the feds pick up guys and they back on the streets and they pick them up a second time and they back. I've never seen that. You got guys that's been picked up, back on the streets, picked up, back on the streets, and they still, popular guys amongst the streets. So, that was a big difference.
So your circle done got a lot smaller since you've been out.
Oh yeah, I'm solo dolo, man. I mess with the guys, but now, at the present time, I ain't even mess with the guys right now, because they got some things going on that, up top got to deal with. And I got some things going on personally that I'm dealing with, so,
Okay.
Doing so much time getting out of here, like when I got out of here in a place of leadership over the state, coordinate the state and put the state together. And I had difficulty with dealing with some of the guys, you know, because like I say, they never been in prison. So, you know, my stern approach was too stern for some of the guys, you know, because you know, in prison, you know, when you violate, you're getting beat on. You know, you don't do all that out in society, but it's still penalties that can be pushed, you know, and a lot of guys, they weren't able to deal with my type of leadership, so, you know, difficult seeing now. But of course, by me being who I am, it's gonna always be a vast majority that's gonna always accept my leadership, you know, because to me, the greatest leader is one that his biggest concern is the well-being of his people.
True.
If the well-being of your people ain't your number one objective, then you ain't got really no business in being in leadership. You most definitely have to be my leader.
Right.
You know, because I don't mind following, and I'm okay with following, because we all follow something. But if I gotta follow you, then I need to see that what I'm following is gonna make better for us, not make worse, because it's easy to do that. We've been doing that a long time, making worse. So, you know, there's a lot of that going on in society.
Right.
Those have voices, and, you know, never been in the trenches, don't know what it feel like to go to bed hungry, don't know what it feel like to have somebody die in your arms, ain't stood on that corner doing this right here, you know, you did none of that right there, you know, but you profess to be my leader, and you can't tell me how to curb the situation over here with these folks hungry in the projects. You can't tell me how to do that because you've never been to the projects, so, you know, that's a big problem out there in society. Those with a voice, a leadership, they haven't earned that, you know, you gotta earn that, you gotta earn this right here, man. All this earned, man.
That's right.
Earned, you know. I'm already with peace clause and black ass nigga tattoos, but I got them on my earned, you know.
That's what they say. It ain't just on you, it's in you.
Yeah, y'all earned that.
That's right.
Put in work for that.
I tell
Shot some folks at 14 by this thing. Went to jail for that. Got back out. Some niggas on the block that ain't disciples. They gotta go. We gave them a week to go. Nah, they gotta go today. Did their work right there. Did a little time for that right there. You know, work don't been put in though. And then, you know, it ain't nothing that I gotta speak on myself.
Right.
There's many that can speak on.
That's right.
You know, so.
I talk to a lot of people, you know, with me being in this social media world now, I get a lot of phone calls or DMs or in comments from people from a lot of different states. And, you know, I speak on how dangerous Birmingham is. And a lot of people, if they haven't been here, they like, Tune, you capping. You know, that's their new word, you capping. Tune, you capping. Man, it ain't, man, them country boys ain't like that. And I tell them, I say, okay, you have lost your mind. Country boy is my foot. And I tell even my homies and different people that ask me stuff, I tell them, I say, man, you come to Birmingham tripping, thinking that because you read a book in elementary school about Martin Luther King and you think that's what it is, you're not gonna make it.
But now you know it's been like that though. It's like see, first of all, Birmingham is inside of Alabama, so by the city of Birmingham being inside of Alabama, anything that with Birmingham, they associate with Alabama.
Right.
Because a lot of Alabama that actually is country. You know,
right.
Hog pens and cow pastures and all that right there. But now Birmingham is the city, and it's been the city, and you know, and they've been dealing with things in Birmingham the same way in the street nigga from anywhere else. You know, it don't. The Miami boys come down here in the 80s. They made their money for a little while. They ended up dead, robbed, and ran off. My home, the Detroit boys come through. They went through their thing. They did in. I mean, you know, everybody don't come down here thinking like, oh, country boys.
The New Orleans boys.
All over.
During that time, yeah.
You think of, you know, they come out here, we're gonna be able to put it down, this and that right there. Not saying that nobody can come put it down, but it's just like anywhere else. When you come put it down, you have to go through somebody that's holding it down. You
right.
Just come do it on your own.
Right.
It's gonna gobble you up.
That's right.
It's gonna gobble you up. You know, and, man, you know, we deal with murder basically every day in Birmingham.
Third most dangerous city in the United States.
People killed all the time, all this right here. And it's been happening so long, and it happens so often, so frequent to those of us actually live here. It ain't no, it just common knowledge for us. So when people from out of town be like, oh, that Birmingham, you be like, you know, it used to be a time you sit there and argue with them, but it be like, man, go ahead.
Yeah.
Then You the one living in the woods. You don't know right now. You gotta be the country boy. You don't know that.
Exactly. Because I be telling them, I be hipping them. I said, don't let the smooth taste fool you, homie. These boys out here ain't playing with you. You're gonna lose your life.
It was triple homicide. You know, they created trap with the whole world screaming now. Fat Tony Al Peanut, dope boy, they get killed, 2 of my homies. The T-shirt, 2 of them Al and Peanut. So many people call us trap boy now. We going to the trap, we changed the meaning to Tuscaloosa Ruthless Ass Posse, because that's where we were on Tuscaloosa Avenue. Our partner Flip went off to college, stayed in Atlanta, you know, screaming it down now, and the folks took off with it down now. Now it's all over the world. But now, you know, original trap niggas come off the 1500 block Tuscaloosa Avenue, all the way down there.
So let me ask you this before we close. Is there anything you wanna lead the foundation? Anything, business ventures you might have coming up, or how could they reach you if you got like Instagram or something?
Y'all just be on the lookout, man, for Summerside Bar and Lounge, man. That's what I'm in the process of opening up now. As soon as I get my kitchen in, I'm opening up. You know, we always do different things in the community, this and that right there. Then I'm easy to find, man. You know, the streets call me Ball. Just like you put on grits and toast, man. Easy to find. You know?
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Now, before we close, I'm gonna let you know now. If you ain't coming talking about nothing that's gonna make some money, make some sense, or make something better for somebody, they ain't no need to put it up on me. Any type of gangster shit, I don't did so much of that right there. That don't impress me no more right there. I did a whole bunch of that and still doing it for real. So you know, man, just bring that to me. You know, so.
That's right. That's right. Come positive. Come positive.
That's right.
Trying to it's time out for the foolishness and the silliness. We grown men now, man. We trying to make something happen. We trying to be able to have something to leave to our kids when we move on from this lifetime right here, man. I can't do nothing but take my hat off to you for that one.
Right on tune? Okay, well I want to send, I want to send a shout out to some of our people, man.
Oh yeah, come on with it.
Greatest leader I ever met, man. Chris McFarland, Mac, man, out of Tuscaloosa, Santa Hall, you know, all them good people, Vic Bay, man. You know, there's a lot of guys that got a lot to do with my grooming, inside of prison and outside of prison. All y'all know who y'all do, man. I appreciate y'all for making me the man that I am. You know, gotta say that.
That's real. That's real.
To the
Did
family,
Sanchez
to the
ever get
guys,
out?
to the folks who
Sanchez, big fan.
definitely out.
He got out?
Good.
Okay.
Family man, you know.
That's
Them my GDs right there, them guys that represent their home front, you know, doing that for the family, you know. So, you know, kudos to y'all, shout out to y'all, you know, I'm here.
That's it. That's what's up, man. Okay. So you heard it right here, Foundation. I've been asked by a lot of people. They want to hear the GD story from Birmingham, Alabama, and I brought you to one of the men who can give it to you from the beginning to the end. In prison, on the streets, was in the mix all the way around. He knew, and he knows. So with that, we gonna shout out, boom, the people that he just shouted out. I know them. They some good guys. They some riders too, y'all. They some riders. And with that, man, we gonna close out Foundation. Y'all stay safe, man, and tell the people that you love them.
One.
Peace. We out. Okay, Foundation. That right there concludes my interview with the homie Big Thurman from the Birmingham chapter of the Gangsta Disciples. Y'all stay tuned. My next one will be my interview on the Crips in Alabama or the Vice Lords in Alabama. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to keep you posted, though. Peace.